All right, so the Bears schedule just dropped very recently, so I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go game by game, see which ones they'll win, which ones they won't win. So first, we got a primetime game against the LA Rams. First of all, we got four primetime games this year. I'm very surprised that we did. I don't know really why. Actually, like it's against the Rams, Steelers, Green Bay, and the last one is Vikings, and they're all pretty much like marquee matchups, like Vikings and Packers matchups. That's all. What is it? NFC North rivalry. Steelers, they're just a good. I mean, we can talk about that in a different video, I guess. They went like 13-0 last season until completely collapsing, and then the Rams. I think that's just like instead of giving us another instead of just giving us another Giants Cowboys matchup. But anyways, let's start now. So week one against the Rams, I think I don't know. This is a toss up. I think the Bears will probably lose. To be honest, um, we saw how like the offense collapsed against the Rams defense in prime time last year. I don't think it's going to be any different this time. Sure, Nick Foles isn't going to be starting this time, but I think Andy Dalton is. It just depends on how the offensive line does in training camp and stuff. Because like we completely revamped it. I think we're starting Tevin Jenkins. We got rid of Charles Leno. We got rid of Bobby Massey. We got rid of Rashad Coward, thankfully. But yeah, week two against the Bengals, I think that's a win for the Bears. The Bengals don't have an O line. They drafted Jamar Chase instead of Penei Sewell. Um, with Sean Desai at the helm, like a very Vic Fangio type defense. I have no doubt that the Bears are gonna probably win this easily. Um, yes, you can try to have Joe Burrow throw to Jamar Chase, but how often is that actually gonna work, right? Week three against the Browns, I think that's a loss. The Browns are just too good. Of course, I hope that we'll win, but I think it's probably it's not going to be possible, I guess. Week four against the Lions, easy win for the Bears. The Lions are just not good. I'm sorry, Lions fans. Uh, they have Penei Sewell, who the Bengals should have gotten, and I still don't know why they didn't draft Penei Sewell, but I don't know. Jared Goff, it's at home too, so it's gonna be a cold game. Jared Goff only really does good in the LA like warm weather. He went to UCLA, right? So that's warm weather. He played in LA. That's warm weather, all that stuff. I don't think it depends on how Jared Goff plays up until that point, but I still think the Bears still have a better squad, like as we've seen in the last 2-3 years with Trubisky at the helm. Week five against the Raiders. I think that's also a win for us. Yeah, I think we're gonna have it'll be fun to see the Bears play inside the Death Star, especially with fans because I really want to see it. I actually I want to go to a game there, but yeah. So week six against the Packers. This completely depends on how the quarterback situation plays out. Honestly, that whole thing about like Aaron Rodgers wanting to go. I don't know what the weight or if there's any truth in that story. I think there is. It's like pretty severe. So I think depending on if Aaron Rodgers is still there or not, it's either win or loss for us. But assuming that we're facing their current roster right now, I think the Packers will take this one. Week seven against the Bucks, that's going to be a loss for us. First of all, they're going to have fans there. It's not going to be like last year where like Nick Foles pulled a miracle and then Tom Brady forgot his fourth down, right? I don't think that's going to happen. They have the same team as last year pretty much. They've improved on some of the positions. I think the Bucks are going to be a strong contender for the Super Bowl in general. Week 8 against the 49ers, I think we're going to win that. Depends, again, on their health. Like, it seems like every other year they have some crazy health concerns. Like, they made it to the Super Bowl in 2019. Yeah, 2019. Then in the 2020 season, their entire team was injured. But I think we'll still take this either way. I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be starting or if it's going to be Trey Lance, I think. But either way, they're both like not too great quarterbacks. Trey Lance is like a huge raw project pick, of course. So, we could see some stuff there, but whatever. Week 9 against the Steelers, that's our next primetime game. I honestly think the Bears can get away with the win here. We saw how the Steelers collapsed last year, I don't know what actually they just don't have that good a team. And now they have like even less of an offensive line than they did before. They, instead of drafting O-line talent, which there was a lot of in this draft, you know, like how the Bears got Tevin Jenkins in the second round, they went to draft Najee Harris. He's a good player, but I don't see how he's going to succeed without an O-line. Ben Roethlisberger is just not good. I don't know, like, he's just a bad player at this point. He's like extremely washed. Week 10 is bye. Week 11 against the Ravens. The Ravens have always been like really hot or really cold. We saw like them kind of skid until that like insane primetime matchup against the Browns last year. I'd like to see the Bears win, but I think it's possible for the Bears to win. I'm being way too hopeful here. I realize I think we only got them losing 3 games so far. Yeah, honestly, this really depends on how the Ravens are. Like they're a very streaky team. The only reason I think the Bears can win is because the Ravens have absolutely no receivers. I think they drafted a receiver in the 21 draft, and I think that's about it. But I mean, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. He's called a running back for a reason. We do have an elite line. We do have Sean Desai, who can probably remove us from the Pagano shackles. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give this to the loss actually to the Bears. The Ravens will take this one, I think. Week 12 against the Lions, that's a win for us once again. We've been absolutely dominating the Lions every single year. They have a worse quarterback than Stafford now. Jared Goff is not even arguably, he is worse than Stafford. So I don't think the the Lions are gonna pull some miracle out, but I mean it's always possible. And hopefully, I think actually week 12, just a side note, I think Justin Fields will hopefully start this game just because I want to see him play. Week 13 against the Cardinals. Again, the Cardinals are similar to the Ravens in that they're a pretty streaky team. But I mean, I think D-Hop, Kyler Murray, that combo is just going to be too powerful for us to stop. I think that's going to be a loss. Week 14 against the Packers, once again, depends on if Aaron Rodgers is still there or not. But I mean, this is a game at Lambeau. Hopefully we can do a repeat of 2018 where we almost beat them at Lambeau in primetime in week 1, but I doubt it. I think that's going to be a loss for us. Week 15 against the Vikings, that's going to be an easy win for us, I think. Have the Vikings really improved in the draft this year? I don't think so. I don't really remember who they drafted this year, but Bears have always had the Vikings number. I think it's going to be more of the same this year. Week 16 against the Seahawks. Again, a little up and down thing. Like, I think the Bears are going to take this one, actually. The Seahawks defense is not too good. Hopefully, if Andy Dalton is there, maybe he's doing something right. If not, hopefully we'll see more. If Justin Fields is going to be able to lead this offense. And then our defense, I think, will just be able to stop Russell Wilson. He's a great quarterback, of course. I mean, the Bears almost traded their entire future for him, but I think it's still possible that the Bears win this one. Week 17 against the Giants, it's a win. We're just better. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. Then week 18 at the Vikings, that's our final game. We've always seemed to have some insane, no matter how bad we're doing in the season, we always have Vikings week 18 or week 17. It's a 17 or 18. 17 game schedule this week, sorry. I think, once again, we've always had the Vikings number, even with whatever quarterback mess we were in last year. We did lose them with Nick Foles starting, but then it is Trubisky got injured, then Foles got injured. I don't remember that whole thing. Kind of just turn my brain off to the Bears. But yeah, so I said that we are going to lose to the Rams probably, the Rams, the Browns, the Packers, Rams, Browns. Oh my God, Rams, Browns, Packers, Bucks, Ravens, Cardinals, and Packers again. I know someone I'm following here said 11-6. I personally think we're going to go 10-7. That'll not be a disappointing season at all for me. Just some thoughts on the Bears season this year. I think they should start Andy Dalton. Yes, Justin Fields has shown greatly that he's NFL ready, but I do think that still he still has a long way to go, and Andy Dalton's a good enough quarterback to learn behind. It's not going to be like Trubisky's rookie season where he had to get put in as an emergency because Mike Glennon was terrible. Because Mike Glennon is it's the fact that Mike Glennon is terrible, I think it's possible that Justin Fields comes in at around like week 13 or week 12. A good matchup for him to come in is like the week 12 or maybe week 15 if the Bears want to, or if they want to get him in early, then like week 8. I honestly think he could start week 1, but I just don't want to see him start week 1 because I don't want him to be rushed. Yes, he's a great quarterback. He's shown like great resilience at Ohio State, but honestly, yeah, I think very hopeful prediction. I think 10-7. I think that's a good record. It's certainly improving on our 8-8 season from last year, which I don't even know how we got 8-8. But yeah, that's it.